It's time for Money Tuesday. If you had an unexpected $400 expense, would you have the cash to cover it? Well, a new study by Susie Orman suggests that 2/3 of you would say no. Now, we're on your side with how to change that. Stewart Welch from the Welch Group joins us now to share some wisdom and knowledge. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
This is a negative trend we're seeing right now.
Yeah, if you looked at it a year ago, the Federal Reserve did a study and 2/3 could cover it. So this is actually a reversal of that.
Why do you think that is?
Yeah, so I think it's inflation and rising prices. And what I think might really matters is it's stuff we're spending money on. You know, it is the gas station, it is, you go to the grocery store, eggs, cost of eggs have been all
cost a lot more.
Everything's costing more. And so what's happened is during COVID, people were able to save money. Now they're dipping into those savings in order to make ends meet.
All right, so if you're out there watching right now, he's going to offer some practical ways where you could still build up this emergency fund.
Well, I think one thing ahead of that is the trend. So our expectation is the Fed is going to continue to raise rates. We may fall into recession. So this is going to get, I think, worse, not better. And so we need people to get ahead of this, and that's where we want to talk about. So I think the first thing is you want to take a snapshot of your savings, of your personal finances. That's going to just list your debts, your savings, and your cash flows. The number two things, and this is really important, look for scheduled discretionary expenses. These are things that you don't have to spend money on, and you're going to look in your credit card statements, you're going to look at your bank statements, things that are automatically being deducted. For example, it could be, you mentioned like a Spotify. Yeah. You're spending $10 a month on it.
At least.
And streaming services, whether it's cable TV or some of those things, you may be spending $100 a month.
And it adds up.
So, yeah, you're going to identify things that you can do without for at least a few months. Okay. And you're going. And here's the critical part: is you need to convert those discretionary expenses to auto deposit savings. So you need to you go from an auto expense to an auto savings. That's going to help you, get that thing started.
And depending on where you put that money in a savings account, it could pay bigger dividends, because we're seeing some higher interest rates for people who save. So the flip side of higher interest rates on credit cards and loans is you're saving more.
Well, and that is the silver lining, because a year ago we were getting virtually nothing on savings. Now you're getting over 4%. You may have to shop for that, and a good place to go would be www.bankrate.com, or you can just Google high savings accounts, and you can use those to compare to your local bank and just look for a great place to save.
Yeah, so we're not discounting the challenge out there, but we're just saying that it is doable. It may take some sacrifices on some things that you like that are not necessarily needs. They're more wants, right?
Yep, and 400 in savings is not enough. Decide what the savings amount is for you and let that be your target.
Yeah, that was just like a base minimum example. So obviously if something bigger comes up, transmission goes out, it's going to cost you a lot more. You're going to want that emergency fund. Stewart Welch from the Welch Group, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike.
Good advice this morning. All right, still